What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games, and we have a massive hour-long Nintendo Direct coming this Friday, and we're going to be breaking down everything I think we'll see at this Direct. Of course, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and support my work by becoming a channel member, and let's dive in. Just announced this morning, Nintendo put up in their app and on Twitter, tune in for roughly 60 minutes of information on upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 and Switch 1 games. So, this is going to be a massive Direct. We have 1 hour of Switch 1 and Switch 2 games. Now, to put this in comparison, the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal was pretty much an hour long, but that had a major focus on hardware. Now, this is just going to be on games, so this will technically be the longest Direct for Switch 2 games we have seen yet, which is very exciting because we do know the holiday lineup of games. We don't have all the release dates, and we can definitely see some more gameplay. And we haven't really seen anything for 2026, and this might be the final Direct of 2025 for Nintendo. So what are some things I think we're going to see? One, Metroid Prime 4 is Nintendo's big killer app this holiday season, and we still do not have a release date. Now, if we're looking at the release dates of the upcoming big Nintendo games, Pokemon Legends ZA is October 16th, Kirby Air Riders is like November 22nd, I believe, or something around there. And we don't have a release date for the new Hyrule Warriors game, but they're saying winter, which could be a December title, right? So I'm thinking Metroid Prime 4 is probably going to be an early November game. And I was going to look at the calendar real quick. I might make a guess on a November 5th release date. That would be a Thursday. Nintendo releases, or November 6th, I guess. So that would be a Thursday. Nintendo releases their games on Thursday. And I feel like that's just right before the Black Friday holiday shopping era, too. And there's not too many games in that first week of November. So I think that'll be a really great time to put out Metroid Prime 4. Remember, this is also a Switch 1 and a Switch 2 title. So everyone's going to be eating good on this game. I really do hope that they shadow drop a Metroid Prime 2 and 3 collection, because I personally have not played 2 and 3. I only played Metroid Prime 1 from the re-release on Switch 1. And I thought that game was awesome. So maybe it can do something for people like me, put out 2 and 3, because I want to know the full story without having to watch someone else's Let's Play or reading on the wiki. It'd be really cool. I can experience the games myself on modern hardware. Now, we know it's coming because Metroid Prime 4 has been rated. So it's coming. It's been rated 14 plus. A rated teen game, so we know it's coming this year. Now, next up, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, so the sequel to the first Hyrule Warriors game. Honestly, I'm thinking this is a January game. I think we get a release date, and they're putting this like in January middle, maybe like 15th or whatever that date is. Something in the middle of the year. I don't think this game comes out this year. It's just not going to happen in my opinion. But I do think this will lead off into a big year for Zelda games on the Switch 2 next year. I do think we'll get a remake release sometime next year. I don't know what game, but you know, we could look at a couple of some of the older ones. Personally, I would love to see, and I don't think those that ever happen, but I would love to see the Oracle games come back. I think that would be pretty sweet. But honestly, people really want to see Twilight Princess on upgraded hardware. People actually want to see Wind Waker not just on the Nintendo emulator app, but an actual re-release of Wind Waker. And of course, there's a brand new Zelda game, you know, that's its own set game, not even connected to Tears of the Kingdom and things like that. Just a fresh new Zelda. I think that could be happening, probably not at this event, but I do think that is something to look forward to in 2026. Now, the other big thing is Kirby Air Riders. The sequel to Kirby Air Rider is releasing this year. We got a massive Direct for it. It was like a 45-minute Direct. So we might get some new information, but I feel like they covered everything in that Direct. But we may get a new trailer or showing off some new characters or something like that. But it was so thorough and in-depth. I don't really think we'll get something, but you know, it is coming out this year. It is a Switch 2 game. So I can definitely see them giving it one more big marketing push here at this Direct. Now, Pokemon Legends ZA has been doing consistent marketing pushes. We just got the Mega Malamar trailer today. We had the Mega Halucha and Mega Victory Bell ones. So there could definitely be another Mega reveal this Friday. I could definitely see that happening just because we are so close to that October 16th release date. At the very least, we get a new trailer. Maybe it shows off some new characters. maybe there is a mega reveal, maybe it just shows off some different aspect of the story and things like that we don't know. I mean, there's a lot about this game we do know, but I wonder if there's any more mystery surprises outside of megas, so we'll just have to wait and see. But don't be surprised if we at least get a sizzle trailer for Pokemon Legends ZA at the Friday Direct. Now, the Nintendo GameCube emulator. Now, they've been adding a couple games. Chibi Robo was the last big one they added, but we don't have a game for September yet. And I actually am leaning towards Super Mario Sunshine being released, just because this game could be a well-fitting slot for the 40th anniversary of Mario, which we'll talk more about soon. I could definitely see them doing this to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Mario as a series. But also, where is Fire Emblem Path of Radiance? Where's Fire Emblem in general? Fire Emblem is like beyond underwater, is absolutely drowning. We need a new Fire Emblem game. But at the very least, I'll take Path of Radiance. I do want to play this game. I haven't played it, but I've been waiting for it to release on the emulator so I can actually play it and then stream it on the channel. But of course, as a Pokemon fan, I want Gale of Darkness and Coliseum. Now, is it going to happen so close to Pokemon Legends ZA? Probably not. Probably not. I think this happens sometimes in early 2026, maybe around Pokemon Day, to give us something to enjoy around that big Pokemon Day, event, because that is going to be the 30th anniversary of the Pokemon franchise. So we'll just have to wait and see. Now, Mario Kart World, the launch game for the Switch 2, absolutely needs some DLC desperately. And I do think we will get a Donkey Kong Bonanza free title update for Mario Kart World. I think it will add a couple of new races. I also do think it's going to add skins, because Donkey Kong and Pauline don't really have a lot of skins in the game. And honestly, they're very notably missing. I think that each one has like maybe 1 or 2 skins. So we need more costumes for them. But I can also see we have like a Donkey Kong themed cup. That'd be really cool to add some stuff. And I do think, because it is an $80 title at the end of the day, we should be getting more content updates, because the game does feel rather stale and personally boring to me right now. They just haven't done any sort of updates for it. So hopefully we get a big holiday update for Mario Kart World, and maybe, it's part of Nintendo Switch expansion packs. It could be like, okay, you could buy the update for $10, but if you have NSO, the expansion one, then it's part of the package, which, I can see them doing that because they did it for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which would make a lot of sense. So talking about the big thing, Mario's 40th anniversary, right? September 13th is the Mario anniversary. Now, this is happening, this direct is on September 12th, the day before. So I can totally see them doing something big for Mario. Now, reading this Video Game Chronicle article, for the 35th anniversary, they did Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, Paper Mario and the Origami King, and they did a limited time Super Mario 3D All-Stars and Super Mario Brothers 35. So that's a lot of games that had it coincide with the 35th anniversary. The 40th anniversary should be a bigger one because it's 40. It's a nice round number there. So will we get a new Mario game showing off tomorrow? Maybe a teaser at the new 3D Mario game that's releasing in 2026. And then maybe they give us like a Mario DLC for one of these current Mario games that is on Switch already. I don't know. I would love a shadow drop of just some sort of Mario thing. That would be really cool. Because yeah, Mario is really missing on the Switch 2 right now. I mean, Donkey Kong Bonanza is sort of our, Mario type game representing the system. Kirby got a DLC for his game. I mean, there's Mario Party DLC, but that's like, that's a whole separate thing. So hopefully we get something. But like I said, there could be Mario Sunshine coming on Nintendo emulator. That could be the representative for the Mario 40th anniversary. But hopefully it's more than that. Now moving on to third-party games. I think we'll see Borderlands 4. It is coming October 3rd for the Switch 2. It is out this week for all other platforms. But Borderlands is a really massive franchise, and this is obviously a more mature franchise. And Nintendo wants to be as broad as an audience as possible. So it's important to have these third-party games to get other people who normally wouldn't buy a Switch console to get involved in the ecosystem. So we'll probably see some Borderlands 4 gameplay. Now, if you didn't know, Tokyo Game Show is happening in like 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks Tokyo Game Show, like September 23rd to the 26th, I believe, or something like that. So Sega is a massive third-party publisher. Sega has a great relationship with Nintendo. We already know they're putting Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. We know they have Virtual Fighter 5, Persona 3 Reload, all this other stuff, that they are putting out there. But there are 4 Sega games that are not revealed yet. And these 4 Sega games could be games for the Switch 2. I'm personally going to say, I think they're going to do the Yakuza Kiwami 2, 3, maybe even put the 3, 4, 5 collection of the Yakuza. I do think something Yakuza is coming to the Switch 2. I don't know what else they could do. I mean, everyone's saying, hey, Persona 6, right? It's been so long. Persona 6 could be shown off. I don't know. They are currently working on a Persona 4 remake. So maybe we get a little bit more Persona 4 here, especially because Reload just recently came out. So that could be a thing we could be seeing here. But otherwise, I don't really know. Maybe a new Super Monkey Ball game could be shown off. Sega has a lot of properties. Maybe a new Sonic. There's just a lot of different options we could definitely see from this company. Now, another massive third-party developer who makes games on the Switch is going to be Square Enix. And we know that Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake is releasing. We might get a demo for the Switch 2. Final Fantasy Tactics, Evil East Chronicles is releasing September 30th. So we might get another demo for this and on the Switch 2. I'm day one on Final Fantasy Tactics, one of my favorite games of all time. Of course, Final Fantasy 7 Remake Intergrade. Intergrade is coming to the Switch 2. We know this. We don't have a release date. I'm locked in, and we get a release date this holiday for FF7 Remake Intergrade. And there is the demo of the Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales. I don't think we get more information on that, but there's certainly a possibility. And there's also a rumor that Dragon Quest 7 is getting a remake. So we might see Dragon Quest 7 here. So there is a possibility of that. Now, going through the rumor mill, according to Riddler Coup, something new from Pokemon that is not Legends ZA is going to be showing up this month, most likely at the Nintendo Direct, and it's going to be a spin-off Pokemon game. My previous video on my channel went super in-depth about this, so definitely check that out. But I do think there's a couple good options. A new Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game. There could be Pokken 2. There could be a Pokemon Ranger game. Hey, even maybe a new Pokemon Snap. We'll just have to wait and see. I just hope it's not a mobile game. That would be like the worst case scenario for me personally. And Capcom. What is Capcom going to show up? Because another massive Japanese developer going to be at TGS. Well, apparently, according to Dust Golem, who is like the #1 Resident Evil leaker, he says that all the RE Engine Resident Evil games are coming to the Switch 2, and that Resident Evil 7 will be on the Nintendo Switch 2, showing off the Nintendo Direct. This also includes Resident Evil Village and the upcoming Resident Evil Requiem as well. Potentially RE2, RE3, RE4 can also be coming to the Switch 2. So essentially, if you love Resident Evil, all the Resident Evil games are coming to the Switch 2 supposedly, which is going to be freaking awesome. Love Resident Evil. That's going to be really cool. And we might get a trailer for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is, according to Nate the Hate, who's a Tier 1 leaker, releasing in 2026 for both the Switch 2 and the Xbox Series X and S, which is absolutely massive. So we might get a Rebirth trailer this Friday. So that's a lot of games, a lot of good third-party stuff. I can definitely see all the stuff I talked about here fitting a full hour, but I'm sure there's going to be plenty of surprises. And of course, I want to hear in the comment section below what you want to see from this upcoming Nintendo Direct this Friday. Of course, I'm going to be live reacting to it at 9 a.m. Eastern, so definitely be there to watch my reaction. We can hopefully have a great time together. Anyways, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out, and have a good one.